Then Jim, there was yesterday's longer-term message from Jensen Huang, who discussed the advancements that will predominantly occur in medical science over the next 10 years. He said that this is something you shouldn't miss. Mark, pay attention to that. I've only just begun. I'm at my best at these hours. We have only just begun. This is the greatest. The following 10 years should not be missed by anyone. Would you concur with that? The upcoming 10 years of technical development? Yes. Everyone. This is a film you won't want to miss. You won't want to miss this film, I agree. Given the advancements in digital biology, disease diagnosis, and research over the next 10 years, I believe there will be a significant increase in the number of scientific assistants. What do you think, Jim? Look, I believe this to be Jensen's place, along with the evident data center where he keeps all of his belongings. However, what he is referring to is that there is currently a disjointed set of information that it could take up to 10 years to go through in order to identify common genes that cause cancer. It may now be finished in 3 or 4 days. This encompasses both the generative AI and fast computing aspects. It's also really thrilling. You have to realize that even though you may believe that artificial intelligence is a bubble, Jensen is on a completely different level. In essence, he is saying, look, humans are not capable of accomplishing tasks, but machines are. It's clear that he thinks the machines are nice people, David. Yes, it is run by nice people. Correct. I am aware. I can't help but think of that post-apocalyptic film that will be created at some point in the future, where everybody is rounded up and killed by robots after, of course, that basic footage. I mean, I just can't help myself. I'm not sure. That's just your opinion, you know. David, it's okay if not many people discuss your point of view. Perhaps they ought to. Perhaps they ought to. I mean, all I know is that while we seem to be ignoring the other side, it always comes down to, yeah, everything will be done to make us live longer. You know who actually believes that there isn't a serious risk there? Matthew McConaughey shares it. That's what he would say. I believe that Matthew McConaughey, who frequently collaborates with Mark, would refute your claims, or he would discover you, or perhaps believe that you are experiencing hallucinations. He might act normal in every situation. Matthew McConaughey is there. I would go to that person. That's why I bring him up, because I believe that I contact Matt McConaughey whenever I have a question, even if it's only about yesterday's testimony for Capri or Tapestry. For what reason wouldn't I? I call Matt McConaughey, U.S. Steel, of course. Matt McConaughey is the answer to all of my questions regarding AI and the future. Doesn't it matter that he's 1,000 times more cool than you? Although I'm not sure, I would agree with the general idea. Carl, I don't want to come across as fatuous. I mentioned Matthew McConaughey because he is likely Mark's closest advisor on how to present the tale, if not his closest advisor. Last night, I witnessed that. It's amazing. He is completing Mark's sentences. He's a really interesting character who is enhancing, making things more competitive, and making things more human. I am aware that the Wall Street Journal thought he didn't deserve his salary. In my opinion, the reverse is true. He's underpaid in my opinion. Jim, I would like you to approach folks in those small places and encourage them to express their deepest fears, anxieties, and uncertainties. I want that. Okay, it will be fantastic, certainly without a doubt, to hear about all the advancements that will be made in the field of coding disorders, but I would prefer to stop hearing about them. However, I'd like to know the other side of this. Now, for the other side, tech professionals keep bringing out the potential consequences of healthcare. Even though they believe that healthcare is the best use for the upcoming years, they are doing nothing about it. Tonight, I have Lisa Su on. We will look back 10 years and just kind of be shocked at how prehistoric we were, at how inefficient we were, and at how uncreative we were because we didn't have AI. Lisa Su said to a large crowd 2 nights ago. Carl, you are aware that Lisa Su and Jensen Huang are currently engaged in a heated argument. Because Jensen has more and more, she is lagging behind. Jensen is actually retreating. However, I believe she presents a distinctive perspective that AI is capable of more than just the things we now discuss. Larry Fink, of course, is an alternative to McConaughey. This $30 billion fund is being launched by Microsoft and BlackRock to finance the expansion of AI infrastructure. I believe Jim and I did discuss the potential of this location with Larry Fink back in April. Listen to that out. Without a significant infrastructure investment, AI cannot really take off. Artificial intelligence requires a huge quantity of energy. If we are to properly adapt to the world of AI, we will run out of electricity due to the amount of power generation. Thus, there is a need to expand AI, which in turn necessitates expanding electricity power. This will incidentally boost our economy whole. At the time, we paid close attention to what was said. Yes, and I must be quite clear about something. When I'm out here, I ask everyone, was Larry Ellison right when he said that he has 162 data centers, and he'd like to have 1,000, maybe 2,000? Since I keep hearing that the hyperscalers, the large corporations, and the tech titans all need to create more. Everyone agrees, and that's the figure. Well, perhaps he overbuilds, I reply. Perhaps all the others overbuild. Additionally, the EPA administrator informed me that due to the enormous need for data centers, the percentage of electricity will increase from 4% to 8% of the whole system. And David, I understand that you would hold a negative opinion about who could take over a data center, but the idea that the data center is alive is one of the recurring motives. It's quite significant. Additionally, you could be Bing if you don't use the data center. Nobody desires to be bound. No one wants to be binged or clippy, for that matter. Clippy simply was the insult struck me as so. Listen, there's a reason we discuss it every day. The great need for computer power, which is reflected in the growing number of data centers, which naturally use a lot of electricity. What's more, I return to Ellison. The statement, we have a team of former utility executives who do nothing but think about how we're going to figure out how to power all of these data centers that we're building as we move from, what is it, 162 to over 1,000 of them, struck me as one of the revelations from that call last week. Without a doubt, a significant quantity of money will be required. There are also the BlackRocks of the world, along with a plethora of other alternative asset managers, including Blackstone and Apollo. They will all remain there, contributing the vast sums of money required to finance this. Dave Regnery was interviewed by me. He is Trane Technologies' chief executive officer. The chart is up 53%. It all comes down to one of his main goals, to chill these locations without producing a lot of greenhouse gases. You can't stop that train, I tell myself when I look at the chart. It's simply amazing. It is at the core of artificial intelligence, trades at 35 times profits, and reaches all-time highs almost daily for days on end. You know, all AI. More significantly, that is the data center chart. That is the data center chart. We are in favor of it, regardless of the tax rates. That is all there is to it. This business, I believe, was founded in America. It profited from all of the nation's resources, including its incredible intellectual capital, infrastructure, and backing. Therefore, we would like to repay as much as possible through taxes, of course. Therefore, no recommendations at this time. Building our business, developing our technology, and assisting the administration are our top priorities. Of course. What can you tell us about Nvidia's future plans? We're currently in the process of starting production on Blackwell, our new generation. We strive to significantly improve performance with each generation. Additionally, we are virtually lowering the cost of artificial intelligence and computation by the same amount when we bring new generations with performance that is 3 to 4 times higher. Consequently, each